The Black Door. Prologue. 156 in Riverside Drive, she said to the driver, then leaned into the back seat of the black stretch limousine, closed her eyes, and envisioned the titillating night ahead. She was on her way to the Black Door, a private club. Not your typical members-only club. The Black Door was an ultra-exclusive adult playground, catering solely to the carnal needs of women. She could feel her juices begin to flow at the thought of the possibilities that lay ahead. Within minutes, they were pulling up in front of a nondescript brick building with a polished, pitch-black, 10-foot-tall door. She stepped out of the car and balanced herself on candy-red, 6-inch spike heels. As she teetered toward the entrance, the night breeze swept through the sheer silk sheath that she wore under a black, ankle-length cape. She cautiously tapped on the door. After a few seconds, a masked, 6-foot-tall, muscular hunk of a man opened the door to decadence and demanded the password. "Wet and ready," she whispered in a soft, seductive voice through her half-mask. The doorman stepped aside, and she glanced down at his large package, which was wrapped tightly in a black leather G-string. She walked into the foyer and removed her cape. The temperature in the room was frigid, and she could feel her nipples harden. She looked down and saw the imprint of her large, round areolas beneath the sheer sheath. The doorman licked his lips at her beckoning breasts, then walked behind her and tightened her patent leather scarlet mask. As he stood close, she could feel his erect member pressing deeply into her backside. She gasped with pleasure and instinctively stuck out her rear to meet him. They began a slow, seductive grind in the middle of the foyer. He reached around with one hand and massaged her full breast, while his other massive hand reached underneath her dress and found her pleasure pot. "Oh," she moaned, as he stuck his large finger inside her moistness. His aggressiveness took her by surprise, and she flinched slightly, but quickly recovered and gave into his seductive touch. When she was near orgasm, he stopped suddenly and said, "Now you're ready for the Black Door." She could hear people mingling in the inner sanctum and walked slowly toward the closed ornate door. With each step, her heart began to race.